Hey guys, and welcome to the second modular as part of Rhino week. Today we're going to be all snake-like. We're going to shed our skin with Iron Shrapnel. Now this mod, like Ironclad Charge, can be picked up from the Steel Meridian or Parent sequence, costs 25,000 standing, is also max rank, but it will also cost you a bit of plat in the dark place. That is trade chat if you're not with those syndicates and don't have max rank. Mod itself, it's actually a little bit more complex than most augments. What it does, it effectively allows you to recast Iron Skin by pressing the power key again. If you have an active Iron Skin and you deactivate it, it will use 100% of the remaining health from Iron Skin to hit all enemies in a radius around you with a blast, dealing puncture damage. Much like explosive abilities in Warframe, a lot of them are, you do more damage that you are closer to them, with enemies on the edge only receiving a very small amount of damage. The explosion is also pretty much a guaranteed knockdown for most units. The augment itself is affected by both power strength to bring the bonus damage up, as well as range mods that increase the range of the explosion and also the knockdown. Now, the build I'm actually using in the footage is specifically for this augment. You can also use the same build that I showed in the build video yesterday, or in the augment video yesterday. On here we've got Energy Siphon or Corrosive Projection, Cunning Drift, Streamline for range, Transient Fortitude, Energy Conversion for power strength. We've got a Tooth on the top Fleeting and a Max Streamline for efficiency. Steel Fibers on there for armor for Iron Skin, Prime Flow for energy storage, and then Iron Shrapnel. Now, I know this build looks a bit weird, but it leads nicely on to whether I recommend using this mod, and the answer is yes, I genuinely do. I got a lot of comments on my last video saying you can just go into operator mode to remove Iron Skin, which makes this mod pointless. The problem is that in my opinion that is so wrong. For a start, the operator acting as your own personal modifier isn't going to be staying in the game. That's changing in the fairly near future, so that's not going to be a thing much longer. But also people might sniff at the knockdown potential that this mod has, but I can tell you this now, it's potentially life-saving. Say for example you are in the heat of battle and you've got 10% of your Iron Skin left, you know you can't really get safe to be able to recast it, in fact, or you just can't recast it at all. You can stomp, that helps a bit, but that costs energy. If you're in an energy reduction sortie, that energy can be in fairly little supply, or if you're in an Eczemus sortie, that might mean you have almost no energy the entire time because they're all sucking it from you. Shedding your Iron Skin doesn't cost anything at all, 0 energy, knocks all enemies down in a pretty wide radius, also ragdolls them as well. Combine that with a frame like Nova or Equinox to slow them down as well, they ain't getting up anytime soon. The problem that I've always had with Iron Skin was that if you only had a couple of % worth of the Iron Skin left, you can't really do much about it. You can take the hit and hope it's not hard enough that you immediately drop down dead. Being able to fire off that last little bit of Iron Skin, get that knocked down, and in most cases have your Iron Skin up again before the enemies have hit the floor. This augment is very underrated, and a lot more fun than people give it credit for. I'm showing a little bit of lower level gameplay as well as my normal sortie stuff, because the build I show in this video makes running low level stuff a blast. When you're running relics and stuff like that, it's usually going to be lower level stuff, it's not going to be sorties. And having a group of enemies come through a fissure right next to you, only for you to detonate your Iron Skin and blow them all away, it's really fun. Much like the augment video yesterday, this is another super forgotten about augment. But trust me, give it a go, it's really fun. So I hope you enjoyed my much later than normal episode of Modular. Unfortunately my sleep pattern's all over the place, so yeah, trying to keep to a regular uploading schedule. It's not the easiest. The Piercing Roar augment does come tomorrow, so until then feel free to hit that like button, sub if you love my content, and I shall see you in the next video.